Genesis 7 Summary. 1. Noah and his family enter the ark. Verses 15. God instructed Noah, because of his righteousness, to enter the ark with his family. God commanded Noah to take 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, and 7 pairs of every kind of bird into the ark. He also told Noah that in 7 days he would send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Message: the importance of complete obedience to God's commands and preparation. 2. The beginning of the flood. Verses 610. When Noah was 600 years old, the floodwaters began. Noah, his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives, along with all the animals, entered the ark as God had commanded. After 7 days, the floodwaters came. Message: God's warnings and promises are fulfilled. 3. The onset of the great flood. Verses 11-12. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened. Rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Message: the commencement of God's judgment. 4. Protection inside the ark. Verses 13-16. On that very day, Noah and his family, along with all kinds of living creatures, entered the ark. Everything happened as God had commanded, and the Lord shut the door behind them. Message: the fulfillment of God's promise of protection and salvation. 5. The global impact of the flood. Verses 17-20. For 40 days, the flood kept coming on the earth, and the ark floated on the water. The waters rose greatly on the earth, covering all the highest mountains. Message: the extent and severity of God's judgment. 6. The destruction of all living things. Verses 21-23. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People, animals, creatures that move along the ground, and the birds were destroyed. Only Noah and those with him in the ark survived. Message: the righteousness of God's judgment and the importance of His salvation. 7. The waters begin to recede. Verse 24. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. Message: the end of God's judgment and the approach of the time of salvation. Overall summary. Genesis 7 describes how God commanded Noah to enter the ark with his family and the subsequent flood that destroyed all living creatures on earth. This chapter emphasizes God's judgment, while simultaneously highlighting the promise of salvation for the righteous and obedient. The key message is the importance of complete obedience to